Time to party. Absolutely, yeah.
That Al is one foxy gal.
Absolutely, yeah. That's me. Absolutely, yeah. Absolutely, yeah.
She's a boss, and that ain't no floss, cause she's dripping with that spicy Al sauce. Wife, mother of a baby boy, and after 14 years, she's still a greatest joy.
That's right,
Brilliant,
baby.
resilient, passionate, and savvy. Ooh, that Al is such a baddie. Singer-songwriter, political fighter, trendsetter, ain't nobody better.
She's smooth, she's cool, breaks all the rules.
Show to y'all.
Joyous, gorgeous, always victorious. Can't lie, she's fly, so sister ride or die. Who y'all talking about? Absolutely, yeah.
And now for the star of our show, wife, mom, best-selling author, singer, songwriter, stage play producer, cooking diva, and the queen of quarantine, Allison Randall Berrewa.
What's up, y'all? And fantastic Friday to each of you. Welcome to the Absolutely Al Show. We have something so great for you all tonight that you will never forget. You're going to be inspired, you're going to be entertained, and you are going to have a belly full of laughter. Tonight's segment is called Lyrical Love, because we have couples here today who are going to sing for you. Yeah, couples who actually sing together, have a ministry together, or they do it for gigs or whatever, but they sing together. They have musical, magical harmony. And we're going to start off with a couple from Macon, Georgia. We're going to be hanging with the Havershams. Yes, Jerry and Janice Haversham from Macon, Georgia. We have Anthony and his gorgeous wife, Alexia Golden from Cordele, Georgia. And then we have somebody who is near and dear to our heart, our very own executive producer, technical director, and artistic director in Miss Lanita Pleskin. She is bringing on a man of God, her husband, is Pastor Bernie K. King from Macon, Georgia. They're going to sing and bless our hearts. We're just going to have a good time tonight, y'all. So, before we go to the first commercial break, because you know we got to pay bills, I'm going to tell you to tag and share. Yeah, go ahead. Get your phone and tag a bunch of people. So the Absolutely Al Show is on. Come on, join us. And you tell them to do the same. Sit right there. Prepare your hearts and your mind for some wonderful music and great conversation. And we'll be right back. Hey y'all, in a quest to bring you quality shows and a variety of topics, we are in search of a Trump supporter. Yes, we need someone who is supporting Donald Trump, who is very passionate about him, who is not afraid to face me, to come on the show. So if you know a Trump supporter, a Donald J. Trump, your president, send them this way, because we want to interview them. We want to hear their side of the story, like why they supporting Trump, what they expect from him, what they really think about his handling of COVID-19, and what is he doing about racism 2020. If you know someone who fits that description, please send them our way. We welcome them to come on the show. Send them to absolutelyal.producer@gmail.com. That's absolutelyal.producer@gmail.com. Come on, Trump supporters. Let's have a talk. I am so excited to announce that the 3 finalists for our masquerade contest have been selected. Now we need you, as pals and viewers, to do your part by voting. So, you see the match that you think is the best match for the masquerade contest winner spot? Vote. And we'll announce the winner here on the Absolute Am Show on Friday, July the 31st. Okay, match number 1. Match number 2. And check out match number 3. You've seen all 3? Check them out, look them over well, and cast your vote for Absolute Am's Masquerade Contest. Welcome back. Our first singing couple is a couple that is very dear to my heart because I sang in their wedding 33 or 34 years ago. I let them correct me when they come out. But I love them to death. They're from Macon, Georgia. They live in Lizella, Georgia, a suburb of Macon. And they are very talented. Their children are talented. Music is everything to them. Please welcome Jerry and Janice Habersham.
Maybe I'm old-fashioned, feeling as I do. Maybe I'm just living in the past, when I find the right one. Promise I'll be true. Like this is I I'll never be in a moment. I can feel that you feel that weight. I want you.
Hey, Janice and Jerry, how y'all doing?
Hey,
You're doing great.
How are you?
Thank y'all for that great performance. I'm well. Thanks for asking.
All right. You looking good.
You know y'all extra special to me because I sang 2 songs in
That's
y'all
right.
wedding. So
And that was yesterday. We celebrated our 33rd anniversary. 33 years ago, you sang and it was a wonderful time. And
speaking of 33 years, and congratulations on that. That's a success story in itself because a lot of marriages don't even get out the barn yet. What is the magic? What is the glue, Jerry? From your perspective, what's the glue?
You said, well, the glue is for us is that early on when we were dating, I believe I gave her a card or she gave me a card, but the essence of the card is that we could make beautiful music together. And so basically, we've been trying to perfect that tune ever since that time.
how about that?
You know, through ups, downs, children, raising kids, and also, you know, the musical aspect of that, you know, because, you know, everybody in the family is doing something musically. So actually the music has been I guess you could say, an integral part of what keeps everything together for us.
Now, I know the story about how y'all met, but just give the audience an abbreviated version of how you all met. I love this story, so give us an abbreviated version.
All right, well, I had Jeremy. Jeremy was 3 years old. I was taking him for the first time to his daycare. A Progressive Baptist had their new school opening, and he was going, and I was excited for that. One day, they said, don't cut through the sanctuary because we're putting down new carpet. And they asked us to go around the church to get to the parking lot. Well, of course, knowing Jeremy, he broke away and ran into the sanctuary. So I started hollering, Jeremy, Jeremy. And there was a man at the piano. He said, what? You called me? And I said, I was calling my son, Jeremy. He said, well, my name is Jerry. And that's how we met. In the church, running after my son, I met my husband.
I just love that story. I just love it. I just think it's just, oh.
It's a longer version, but we'll keep it short.
I love it. That is good enough for everybody. Trust me, you got women out there saying, oh. Trust me. Let's speak about, you know, you mentioned Jeremy, you know, at 3, and I have always admired you, Jerry, for how you just stepped in, even before you all got married. I remember this clearly. That right. You and Jeremy just kind of like clicked, you know. You know, I just like the father, but nobody could ever tell that because you've always treated him so well, and I just love that. Tell the stepfathers out there how they're supposed to act. Just go ahead and tell them right quick.
Well, the only thing I can really tell you about that is that when I made the decision and made the commitment, it comes with the territory, and plus it was really, for me, it really opened up a new chapter for me in terms of fatherhood. So I mean, you know, that gave me a chance to really just find out what that was about as well. You know, in addition to trying to learn how to be a husband.
Well,
So,
I
you know,
admire you because you've done a great job. You've done a great job with that. And then Jasmine came along, and it was just like this little perfect family, the boy, the girl, the parents, and everybody. I remember Jeremy's small playing, you know. And Janice, that is so great that you passed that gift along to him. I'm so glad you did that. My son sings like I do, but he doesn't want to do anything with it, which I'm okay with it. But you raised Jeremy into a maestro. Y'all did it. He's doing big things. Tell me, how did you all successfully raise 2 musically talented children, over the top? I mean, they are so huge in their arena in music. Tell me, paint us the picture how that happened.
Well, you know, I have to start with, I was on the piano pregnant with both of them. So they heard that music from their inception to the end. So they heard that music, and they heard Jerry us playing together. So it was just a natural thing. And we always had a piano in our home, and it was just a natural thing. Now, Jeremy I used to teach music lessons. And I knew Jeremy was gifted because the once my student would come in and they would leave, he'd go to the piano and play what they were playing. And so I said, oh, well, so I knew that he had a gift. So part of his is a gift from God, and Jasmine's too. Hers is definitely a gift from God. So we've been blessed. It's not something, we set the stage, but it still is up to the child. You can set the stage, but I feel like that was their choices. And it was interesting. Jasmine refused to sing. She was in my children's choir, and she said, Mama, don't let me sing because I can't sing. So I didn't do it. And then one day, she knows how to play the piano, and we were finishing a recital, and we were preparing for another recital. And she said, Mama, I need to talk to you. She said, that's Jeremy's gift, the piano. That's not my gift. And my comment was, well, you got one. If you're in this family, what is yours? She said, I think I can sing. And so I sat down, and there was a song, Play Misty for me, Misty. And I started playing, and that girl opened her mouth, and I almost fell off the piano. And that
How old was she, Janice? How old
she was a junior in high school when she decided she wanted to sing. And we went and got lessons, and she was influenced. She went out to Westland, and we always participated. Jeremy participated in those summer workshop programs, and that's where summer making. Was it summer making? Midsummer making. Yeah. And that she said, then she came back and said, I want to be an opera singer. And so what's important I can say to parents, let your children, take their path and support their path and whatever it is.
I'm glad you all did that, because talking about Jasmine, she will be on the show next week, everybody. Y'all don't want to miss this. Jasmine Habersham Bailey is an angelic opera singer. So she is going to be on the show next week in our segment that we've titled Chocolate in the Classical Arts. Don't miss that.
That's awesome.
Now, Bailey, their baby girl, she is phenomenal.
Awesome.
I can't listen to it without crying. And so you have something to look forward to. They bless you tonight. It was just phenomenal. We thank you all. We thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you. It was a pleasure. Well, you can join us on Facebook. During this COVID-19, we have been recording inspirationals, talking about the goodness of God and how we can get through this thing. And my husband is the videographer, and I'm the person that shares the inspiration. During COVID, it's a time, it's been a deep time of meditation and getting closer to God. And I talk about the love of nature and gardens and flowers and how we can see this and get this through. So join us. I do Sunday school lessons with children sometimes. I do things. We talk about different subjects. So join me on my Facebook under Janice Habersham. Come along and we can fellowship together.
Come back, please. Please come back soon.
We will. Love y'all.
We love you too. Y'all, put your hands together just one more time for one of my first music teachers and her cool gentleman husband, Jerry and Janice Habersham from Macon, Georgia. We love y'all.
Thank you, Al. Thank you.
Remember, play together, we stay together.
All right.
I spent the last decade of my life bringing hundreds of jobs to make them big. Now, I'm running for mayor to create more opportunities for more people, living wages for those who work with their hands, support for those that educate our children and care for our parents, and jobs for our graduates. I will create access to training, resources for entrepreneurs, and a seat at the table for women and minority businesses. My name is Clifford Whitby, and I'm running for equity, balance, fair play, and opportunity because that's who I am, and that's what you deserve. So on August the 11th, vote Clifford Whitby for mayor of Macon-Beard, and let's move Macon-Beard forward together.
Cause I got high hopes. Do you want the same?
Okay, this next couple, a young couple, they've only been married 3 years. Somebody is at the door. Y'all hold on. Let me see who this is. Okay, I'll be right back. Mom and Daddy, what are y'all doing here?
Well, we heard about the show, and we heard that somebody was singing here, and we want to know why you didn't invite us.
Well, Mama, it's couples that sing together.
Well, we sing together in the kitchen and around the house.
That's not the same. These people perform together. They minister together. Y'all sing around the house together. So y'all just came on the show to what? Show out? To disrupt? Daddy, why you let her do that?
What you want us to do?
I didn't invite y'all on the show because y'all don't sing together. So why are y'all here?
Well, to be on the show. If we can't sing, we got to do something. Ask some questions.
Oh, okay.
You want us to sing?
No, because y'all don't really sing together. Y'all do it around the house, okay? So that don't count.
Okay.
But since y'all here, I guess we'll go ahead and talk since y'all disrupted the show being rude. What y'all want to talk about? Marriage?
We can.
Okay. How long y'all been married?
August the 3rd will be 57 years.
Okay. Okay. That's impressive. I you know, that's nice. And y'all tell everybody how many kids you have.
5 children.
What about grandchildren? How many y'all got?
13 grandchildren.
Y'all do? I don't think y'all got 13 grandchildren. I think you got 11. Unless y'all adding on some. How many great grandchildren?
7.
Yeah, y'all do. Y'all have 7. Y'all do. You do. Who has the most of those grandchildren?
Our son, Jeffrey.
How many he got?
He got 6.
Well, why you laughing?
I don't know. It's the way you said it, I guess.
Well, he got the most. So y'all got 11 grandchildren, 7 great grandchildren. Can y'all tell everybody before y'all go how y'all met?
We met in high school. We had transferred from one school on the other side of town to the East Macon side. So we ended up at the same school. And that's why we met.
It was actually a confrontation rather than a meeting.
Confrontation? Could you elaborate, sir?
Me and my posse was standing around talking, and she thought I was looking at her. And then she was self-conscious because she didn't weigh with 99 pounds. So she said I was looking at her, and she commenced to use some profanity, and that's how we met. That was in September, and we never had any connection until that October at a Halloween dance. And we danced. I was trying to get down to the auditorium to a stage show. I didn't have enough money. So I stayed to the Halloween dance, which was a class function. And I stayed and we danced and I got her phone number. The rest is history.
You know what? Do you know what year that was?
1959.
1959.
Yeah.
Oh.
We were in the 10th grade, right? Unity African High School, Macon, Georgia.
So you met her because she cursed you out, and then you saw her later. Was she still cussing?
Yes, she cursed a little bit.
I think she's shy. Don't be shy.
No, I mean, you know, sometimes you bring the words out of you now. Come on.
I think I might have gotten that from you because, you know, I slip every now and then. But the Lord's still working on me. Well, before you go, give young couples who are contemplating marriage just one sentence of advice from you, Daddy, as a husband of 50, almost 57 years. What advice would you give a young couple who are about to jump the broom?
I would say that they need to enter into the relationship with the understanding that it's a give and take sort of thing. Nobody has the answers all the time, and it's got to be a give and take. Can't be one dominant person. Although the man should be the head of the house, that doesn't mean that the wife is subservient. It's a give and take. And if you can give up something in the course of a dispute and to settle it, you give it up. It's a give and take thing. And if you give and take, I think the marriage will last.
Mama?
I agree, but there are two heads in the house.
No.
The boss, the big head, and the little head.
Oh, okay.
I have a say too.
Yeah, she has a say.
Yeah, and that's when you sit down and talk about whatever the problem is. Both heads go together and you sit down and talk about it.
Okay. Well, thank you all for interrupting. We appreciate you all for coming on, but don't disrupt again. Next time you want to come on, let us know, okay? And we'll do a segment just for y'all, okay?
Okay.
Okay, I love y'all. Thank y'all for coming.
Thank you. Love you too.
Bye-bye.
Hi, my name is Adrienne Love, and I'm a proud Soperton native and resident, Morris Brown College, Georgia Tech, and Georgetown Law graduate, and now our candidate for Dublin District Attorney. My Trutland County roots go back 5 generations. Mama, Daddy, and a host of my aunts, uncles, and cousins still live in Soperton, and so do I. My grandfather was John Henry Love Sr., and I grew up working in the tobacco fields on his farm to help buy those things that might have been considered luxuries to a girl like me growing up on a farm in Soperton. On June 9th, I was blessed to make history as the first woman and the first African American to seek and win a party's nomination for district attorney in Lawrence, Johnson, Trutland, or Twiggs County. I am passionate about serving and protecting this community, and with your help, we can start protecting Middle Georgia families and businesses even better and make history on November 3rd by electing one of our own, Adrienne Love, for district attorney. Paid for by the committee to elect Adrienne Love district attorney.
Ladies and gentlemen, although, they was kind of rude and disruptive, those were, that was my parents, retired Judge and Mrs. William C. Roundel. We call them Judge and Lou. They've been married 57 years almost, as you heard. And I'm glad they came, but next time they need to wait for that invitation. Like I was saying before, I was rudely interrupted by my parents. This next couple has been married 3 years. They sing together, and I'm telling you, their voices alone are magnificent. But when you bring that thing together, it is magic. Please prepare your hearts and put your hands together for Mr. Anthony and Alexis Golden.
I know your eyes in the morning sun. I feel you touch me in the pouring rain. And the moment that you wander far from me, I want to feel you in my arms again. And you come to me on a summer breeze, keep me warm in your love, and you softly breathe. And it's me you need to show how deep is your love. Is your love, how deep is your love? I really need to learn, 'cause we're living in a world of fools, breaking us down. They all should let us be. We belong to you and me. I believe in you. You hold the door to my daddy's soul. You're the light in my deepest, darkest hour. You're my savior when I fall. And you may not think that I care for you, when you know deep down inside I really do. And it's me you need to show how deep is your love. Is your love, how deep is your love? I really need to learn, 'cause we're living in a world of fools, breaking us down, when they all should let us be. We belong to you and me. It's your love, it's your love. I really need to learn, 'cause we're living in a world of fools, breaking us down, when they all should let us be. We belong to you and me. It's your love, it's your love. I really need to learn, 'cause we're living in a world of fools, breaking us down, when they all should let us see. We belong to you and me.
My goodness, girl, y'all did that. Oh, when they great, y'all. And hey, do you do? How you doing? Oh my goodness. Thank you all for coming on. That was an amazing performance.
Thank you.
I know people out there vibing like I was. I was like, hey. No, let's do a little talking. Let's do a little chit-chatting. Okay. So I guess the first thing, everybody who just heard that amazing performance want to know how. I know they see the chemistry, they feel it. You know, the vibe is just there. The love is just flowing. So take us to the beginning. Because you know, when I spoke with you all doing the pre-interview, and I asked separately how you all met, your stories matched. So,
Okay. Oh, they did.
That's one story that matched. So, give me the abbreviated version, and either one of you, whichever one wants to speak at this time on this. How did you all meet?
Okay, I'll let him tell it. My story's the truth. What it makes. Okay. So she was actually auditioning for the concert choir, and I was a senior on the way out. So we you know, music.
Tell us what school. What school is this? Tell us the school.
Claflin University. It's in Orangeburg, South Carolina, right across the fence, literally from South Carolina State.
Yeah.
Okay.
But that's basically how we met. I was on a scholarship audition, and he came my way, and I wasn't feeling him.
No, so I went and talked to her mama and her aunts. I asked her mother if I could ask her out.
Yeah, he did it the old-fashioned way. He went to my mama first, and you know, made himself known, made his presence known, and then tried to make me, but I wasn't really hearing it. But here we are, almost 10 years later.
Of course, you would want to say that, Alexis. You would want us to like fast forward, but see, I know some stuff. Anthony, this is your opportunity to get some sympathy from the brothers out there. Tell them, yeah, Alexis, you should feel bad, okay? Anthony, tell them what she did. Just tell it. Tell it. Testify,
Okay.
son. Testify.
So naturally, at HBCUs, the seniors normally try to scope out the freshmen, right? Because we try to see which freshmen are the most sheltered, because those are the easiest ones to, you know, to kind of get into a relationship with, or relations, however you put it.
Right.
So either way, there was something different about her. So I actually invited her to a bonfire we were having that night. And I told her cousin, I said, bruh, the ratio of females to men at this campus is 7 to 1.
Yeah.
You got, look, I promise you, I will hook you up with somebody if you get your cousin out there. So I motivated her cousin to get her out of there, and she stood me up. I waved at the bonfire until like 2 o'clock in the morning.
It was 2 o'clock in the morning.
No, it was 2 in the morning. And I had an exam that next day, and I waited. So she stood me up, and then we got in contact like a year later on Twitter.
2 years. 2 years. Was it? It was a year later.
It was a
You're
year.
right,
It was a year later.
That's right.
So every morning every day for 6 months. Good morning, beautiful. Good afternoon. I hope your day is going well. Good night, beautiful. I hope you sleep well.
Yes.
For
Have
6
mercy.
months.
Stop right there.
I did
Stop right
this.
there. Stop right there. Did y'all hear what this brother did? He saw something he wanted. He saw someone he wanted. Even though she stood him up at the bonfire, didn't show up. A year later, he reaches out, social media, still got that flame burning for this little freshman chick he saw a year ago. And he's greeting her 3 times daily for 6 months. That's tenacity. That's determination. That's the Lord is my shepherd. I see what I want.
But see, the thing was, he did it for 90 days, and I addressed him. And I was like, stop, because I'm not going to give you the time of day. And he did it for another 90 days after I told him to leave me alone. But he was very persistent. Like, when I say persistent, it's probably an understatement.
You were going to be mine. You didn't have a choice. You know, it was like, you know, the Bible says when a man findeth a wife, and sometimes in finding, you got to chase. So that's what I did.
I love me some Anthony Golden. Yes, Lord. Okay, so let's fast forward. Just tell me, when you finally broke her down, Alexis, what was that like? What was it that finally just said, let me get his brother a chance?
I hate this look. So when he finally, after the whole Twitter situation where he reached out, I called him. I didn't give him my number. I called him blocked. But it was honestly that first phone conversation. I was like, wow, I'm actually kind of feeling him. And so after that first phone conversation, the communication was constant. And so one night he was like, listen, I'm not really for the games. I'm not really for the, oh, we're going to talk a long time and not put a definition or a title on what it is that we're doing. You know, I'm trying to settle down. I want a family. I want a wife. This is the vision and the plan that I have for my life. And if you're going to be a part of this, we have to put a definition to this. I need to know that you're serious about us. I need to know this isn't just a fling. And so he made his request known. And that was what I was waiting on, because I already knew, like, okay, I really care about this guy. I really like him. And so after a while, he was like, listen, it's going to be what it's going to be, or we're going to go our separate ways. So you need to make a decision as to what it is that you want to do, and you let me know how we moving forward.
Mm-hmm.
And
we
don't
believe in entanglements. Right?
Yeah, right. No entanglements. No entanglements around here.
I had to throw that in there.
No entanglements.
Glad you did. So we're in a relationship. Boom. Now, Alexis. Now, some of the ladies probably already want to fight you, but y'all don't want to really fight off, again. But that's okay, because she's still my girl. She's not a man. Alexis, let's talk about this proposal, sugar.
The good one or the one that I ruined?
You know which one I'm talking about. Go ahead, tell it, testify.
So, I ruined the initial proposal.
Yes,
when
you
I
did.
say ruined it,
yes, you did.
It was awful.
Destroyed me.
Yeah, we had just left a friend's birthday party. I threw him a surprise party the day before, because it was his birthday the day before. And we had a friend whose birthday was the next day. So the party just kind of carried over into the next day.
Indeed.
So there was a baseball game. And there's this park in Savannah, because we were living in Savannah at the time.
What was it?
Savannah Sand Nets? It wasn't that the name of the baseball team?
Yeah, they're the Savannah Bananas now, though.
Yeah, they changed the name. So we were outside of the baseball game. And so Anthony had it all mapped out, the timing and everything, because whenever they won, they would shoot fireworks in the background. And so there was this water fountain that I really loved in the park. He was like, well, babe, let's go for a walk. So it was me, him, and all his boys, just a bunch of men. So we're walking through the park. He's holding my hand, and he's telling me how much he loves me and how much I mean to him.
Y'all listen to this. Listen to how I had this planned out.
How my love has changed his life, and he's a better man because he's loved me, and all these different things. And so in my head, I'm like, okay, where is this going? This is awkward. And so we get to a certain point, and he's still talking, but we stop walking. And so the water fountain turns on. The water fountain's flowing beautiful. And so I turn around, and he's already down on one knee. And tears are just welling up in his eyes. And I'm like, oh gosh, is he serious?
And that fireworks.
And then he began to say a little more. And then he was like, I don't want to wait any longer. I know this is what I want. I know you are what I want. Will you, spend the rest of your life with me? Will you marry me? And so, of course, I burst into tears. And so all of his boys are like, yeah.
It sounds like it's going good, right?
It sounds like it's going great, right? And so when I pull myself together and I open my eyes, I start going off. And everybody's kind of like, what's happening? I thought it was a prank, because he and his friends would prank me all the time. And so this was one of those instances where I was like, okay, he's pranking me. And in my mind, I'm like, this is not something that you play with. You know how badly I want to be married. You know how much I love you. You're sitting up here playing a practical joke on me about getting married. Like, this is not something to play with. So I'm going off. So I was like, you know what? Bump you. Take me back. I'm catching a flight out of here tomorrow morning. I'm going back to Arkansas. Bump this. So I walk away, leave Anthony on one knee. And I'm walking the opposite direction. His best friend, Sam, runs me down. It's not a joke. It's not a joke. Lex, come back, please. It's not a joke. You left the man on one knee. So everybody's like, yo, what just happened? So his best friend runs me down. And I'm like, no, bump you, bump them, bump him. I cannot believe y'all helped him do this. Mind you, at this point, the fireworks are going off and everything is happening. I'm like, no, I can't believe this. His best friend's like, Alexius, he was not kidding. You left the man on one knee. So I'm like, whatever. I was like, well, let me see the ring. Let me see the ring. So I walk back to where Anthony is or was, because at this point, he's disappeared. The ring is on the ground, still in the box. I open the box, and there's this beautiful princess cut ring just sitting on the ground in the box. And so at this point, I'm like, Anthony, where are you? Like, I'm trying to find out where where he is. I'm like, I'm sorry. I thought it was a joke. I'm so sorry. And he's crying and I'm crying and his boys are still like, we're still trying to process what just happened.
Oh my God.
It was terrible. It was terrible.
Now, Anthony, I want you to tell us, some time has lapsed. Give me the quick version of the one she accepted, the proposal that she did accept.
Oh, this one? Okay. So I'm the type of guy, fool me once, shame on you. You ain't gonna do it to me twice. So we go to a restaurant in Savannah, Garibaldi's. It's off Congress Street. Beautiful Italian cuisine.
Yes.
So we're sitting out eating, we just got our wine, we're getting ready to get dessert. I take that same box that was left on the ground and it's still on the table. Boom, you gonna marry me or what? And so she says, wait, you're not gonna get down on one knee? No, you messed that one up. Either put this ring on or I'm taking you home. Put it on.
And 3 years later, we are here today.
Here we are.
Here we are.
With that beautiful son who everyone just saw, who was going to grow up and be a singer of singers because he can't help it, it's in his DNA. And so we're happily married, we're ministering together. Y'all look so good together. From the day I met y'all, y'all just have an aura about you. It's just the chemistry, the light, I can just see it. So, we're happily married. Everything is going great. Alexis, I know what you told me was your biggest pet peeve with Anthony. I want him to try to guess what, and I know what he told me that you would say. So let's reconcile it. What is your pet? What do you think she's gonna say? Her biggest pet peeve with you is, Anthony.
My ability to talk my way out of just about anything.
Okay, tell him what you told me, Alexis.
I said it was the fact that you get up extra early in the morning and you're loud.
I'm not loud when I get up.
You're not.
Okay, now Anthony.
You used to work at Starbucks.
Y'all make me laugh. Anthony, I know what she told me. So let me see. Alexis, what do you think his biggest pet peeve is with you? I know what he said, but I want you to guess.
I would say the fact that I'm so cranky early in the morning, because he likes to get up and have breakfast and drink tea or coffee and talk about the happenings of life. And I'm like, don't breathe at me. Don't look at me. Just don't.
Nah, girl, that ain't it. Tell her, Anthony.
Your mouth. It's a double-edged sword though, right? Because her mouth is one of the biggest pet peeves. Oh, sweet baby Jesus. That is one of my biggest pet peeves, but it's also one of the things that I love about her the most is her Napoleon syndrome.
Oh. Well, let's go to another question. And I'm just going to show you. Okay. I asked Anthony his sex freak score on a scale of 1 to 10. I know what his number is. What do you think he would say? What do you think he told me his number was? His sex freak number.
I know it was a number over 10.
I'm going to tell you.
Between 1 and 10, I definitely say 10.
He said it was 30.
Yeah, I said 31. I told her 31 when
First
she.
of all,
I told her 31 and you said 30. That is hilarious.
Whoa, big fella. Whoa. It's the truth though. I believe in it.
Ain't nothing wrong with that. Y'all married.
I believe in it.
What do you think she said hers was, Anthony?
5.
She told me 7.5.
See, I knew it. I knew it. I knew it wasn't gonna be nowhere near 10 because I'm big. I'm much bigger on it than she is. I swear by it.
Yeah.
But she just like, ooh, if I get it, I get it. If I don't, I don't. No, I gotta have it.
7.5 is okay. Yeah, for her age. But I did let her know that when she gets my age, it's gonna go back. It's gonna whew, it's gonna spike. So I'm talking about Anthony. You might have to get you a lot of like medicine and stuff, some help and stuff, because it's gonna spike. Okay. Yeah. So I know you're ready for that.
I'm gonna just stay in the gym. I'm ready for that spike. Spike it, Jesus. Spike it.
Spike it, Jesus. Spike it. Right now. Okay. So, and I learned something that says a lot about you as a man, Anthony, make me respect you even more. And I just want to let everybody know before I let you all go. Okay. He admitted to me that, and she did too, so it's true, that she is the finance person in this marriage. And traditionally in the African American community, it's the man who handles the money. In my marriage, it has to be the man, because I would have all kind of Gucci, Chanel, and St. John, all the labels that I have now. But we wouldn't have any lights. Our house would be in foreclosure.
Oh my!
But he says she's better at it. So can y'all give me like a brief, tell social media why you all came to this conclusion?
Sure, I'll actually, we can kind of answer it together. So my big thing is the way that our household is ran. I consider myself to be the sole provider as far as the amount of money, but I also know that I am terrible when it comes to keeping up with dates, as far as bills, as far as expenses. Unless I put it in Google, I'm probably not going to remember. But just because of her line of work, she does a lot with administration and data entry, stuff like that. She's better at keeping keeping track of those things. And so I let her know what I got paid, and she lets me know what the bills are. This is what I'm paying. And I'll say, okay, do we have money outside of the bills to do something for ourselves? If she says yes, we do something. If she says no, and we hold on. It's just easier that way. And I can be honest enough as a man to say, she's better at keeping track of that stuff than I am. Because I wouldn't be spending money on, other things, and just wouldn't get paid because I forgot.
Wow. That's great that, you see her strength in the finance department and you allow them. That is wonderful. Y'all hear that, man? Let, whoever does it the best, do it. Well, we thank you so much for dropping by. It has been a blessing to me, and I'm sure everyone else will find it as a blessing as well. Now, I'm going to let you plug yourself so people can know how to find you all on social media, together or separately, however you want to do it. But here it is right here.
So I am Anthony Golden Sr., praise and worship leader, just whatever you need me to do. But I'm also a salesperson at 5 Star Chevrolet off of Watson Boulevard. My Cash App is there as well, so if you want to be a blessing, please be a blessing. And then also, if you want to book me or even book my wife, it is bookingthegoldens@gmail.com. Both of us will be able to see it. Both of us have access to see it. Oh, and if you send somebody to purchase a car for me, if they mention your name, I got you a check from anywhere to $100 to $300.
Alrighty, I am Alexis Ayana Golden. My maiden name is Tate, so if you see the little parentheses on Facebook, that's because that's my maiden name. You can follow me there on Facebook. You can follow me on Instagram. It's my first and last name, Alexis Golden. Cash App is just my first name, just Alexis. And of course, like he said, our booking email is bookingthegoldens@gmail.com. If you want to inquire both of us, or just him, or just me, hit us up. Let us know what you need. We do weddings.
Weddings,
birthday parties,
galas, everything,
just about anything.
Everything all the way down the we're able to do it. So if there's anything that you're not sure of that you can get us for to sing at, you can.
Yeah.
We do everything, plays and all, which actually, I want to say we are actually a part of the upcoming play, It's Family Secrets.
Yes.
That Miss Lanita is handling, and she does so good. Don't you agree? And then there's actually a play coming that she is writing herself. It is Eve, and we will be the main characters. And
he's chasing me again.
So it's pretty much the way our relationship was anyway, because I had to save her from a bad dude. Anyway, so.
again, thank you all so much for coming.
Thank you for having us.
Singing was great. Everything was great. You all are a blessing and an inspiration to other couples. Come back to the Absolute Air Show anytime. I love you all.
Thank you, Miss Al. We love you too.
Like you love me. Come here.
Welcome to Royalty Love Creations Incorporated, where we serve as your one-stop shop. We specialize in graphic design of any kind. We assist in event planning, serving as coordinator or host. We provide business essentials and original stationeries for companies and entrepreneurs. We build appealing and professional websites. We specialize in marketing on social media. RLCINC Cinema covers video editing and provide appealing visuals and realistic sound effects. We format, custom design, and mass produce DVD and CD packages of your footage or audio for distribution. Serves as a performing arts professional, specializing in playwriting and script editing, and fully equipped to provide all theatrical related services. We direct and produce stage plays, short films, music videos, and much more. We write and perform songs to fit any mood or occasion. Please follow us on social media. And be sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel. Share our website with your friends. Looking forward to serving you soon.
Wow, we have had some amazing couples tonight, but we have one more. And this one, oh, this is close to our heart. This is Pastor Vernon K. King and his lovely wife, who is our executive producer, technical director, artistic director, and so much more. I cannot name all that she does for this production. She is the lead chocolate diva of the Chocolate Diva Factory, the production team that puts on the Absolutely Al show. We love her so much. We love ourselves some Lanita Ples King. She and her husband are about to bless us with a beautiful song, and I know it's going to just make you feel all warm and fuzzy inside. Put your hands together, social media world, and Absolutely Al fans, for Pastor Vernon K. King and First Lady Lanita Ples King.
There's always been a mystery to me, how two hearts can come together, a love can last forever. And now that I have found you, I believe that a miracle has come when God sends the perfect one. Not gonna run my questions about why, and I've never been so sure of anything in my life. Oh, I wonder what God was thinking when He created you. I wonder if He knew everything I would need, because He made all my dreams come true. When God made you, He must have been thinking about me.
Promise that wherever you may go, wherever life may lead you, on my heart I'll be there to
question about why. And I've never been so sure of anything in my life. I wonder what God was thinking when He created you. I wonder if He knew everything I would be, because He made all my dreams come true. And when God made you, He must have been thinking about me. He made the sun, He made the moon to harmonize in perfect tune. One can't move without the other. They just have to be together. And that is why I know it's true. You're for me, I'm for you. 'Cause my world just can't be right without you in my life. I was thinking when He created you. I wonder if He knew everything I would be, because He made all my dreams come true. Yeah. I guess He knew everything I would need when God made you. I'm so glad He made you. Yes, I am. And dreams come true. Yeah. When God made you, He must have been thinking about me.
Hello, how are you? I'm great now. I'm seeing y'all. That was amazing, y'all. Great performance. The chemistry, I can tell. You know, they really in love. I like that. I like that.
I like him a lot. He all right. You know.
Yeah, Pastor, you know you the pastor of this show. So you got backup. So don't even worry about her, okay?
Amen. Amen.
Amen. Amen. Now, during our pre-interview, I asked how you all met, and I can honestly say that your stories match perfectly, and it was a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful way of coming together. I know it was God's hand putting you all together. Who wants to tell me the abbreviated version so all of social media can be blessed and feel hopeful that they're going to find their soulmate?
Well, I'll let him tell his version, and then I'll tell you the truth after to clean it up. Go ahead.
Well, she just said that the pastor is finna lie.
And we know you're not, Pastor.
Right, so we all know what the truth of the matter is.
You're all sinners.
One day, I was minding my own business, Central Georgia Technical College, on my little break, and I seen this young tenderoni walk into the lounge with a black pantsuit on. And I can't really remember what it was, whether it was Captain D's or Long John Silver. And she was going to the drink machine to get a drink. And I knew I needed to say something, but I didn't know what I needed to say. And so I came up with this brilliant line. And I asked her, I said, "Where's mine?" And she said, "Oh, you can have my shrimp because I don't eat shrimp." I said, "No, thank you." I said, "I just wanted to see where your heart was." And here we are 15 years later.
Just like that.
I know that story. I can hear it. I can just hear it all day, every day. Now, First Lady, that's true, right? That's exactly how it happened.
The initial meeting, yes. You know, I was just getting out of a bad relationship, just had my son, Travis, and I was not with dudes, period. So, and every time, especially being in college, everybody want to hit on you, and but you get a whole bunch of, hey, shouters, what's up? Oh, you looking good? Da, da, da. I ain't got time. So his brilliant line did catch my attention, but I still was not with trying to holler at dude. So we had a small conversation down there, and he did mention something about Jesus. I don't know how the conversation shifted, but he did say the word Jesus. I was like, oh, so you know the master. But I ain't got time still, so I left and went on back to class. So 3 weeks later, I came on back down to the break room to get another Sprite, and I saw him in the little lobby area, and I smiled and went on in the break room, and I heard him. He was on the phone. He said, "Oh, I gotta go see right now." So he come running in there, patiently waited for me to get my Sprite, and I sat down at my normal table. And he came over, and we had another engaging conversation. And you can tell he really, 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 really wanted to talk to me outside of school, because those 3 weeks was killing him, because I later learned that he was stalking me. He would not ask me for my phone number, and I had to go off a break. So I just simply said, okay, so you gonna ask me for my number or what? Or I can go back to class. And he was so shocked. He was like, oh, okay, yeah, sure. Well, go ahead and give it to him. I said, well, there are stipulations if you call me. Number one, I have a 10-month-old son, so you can't be calling me late. Number two, you cannot force me to try to be in a relationship. That's not what I'm looking for, but you can absolutely be a friend. I'm enjoying this conversation. We can keep that going. If you can adhere into those two guidelines, then we can talk. And he somewhat complied, because 15 years later we here.
First of all, let's back up. See, that was my role playing to get her to give me her number without me having to ask for it. That's right.
Stop with that. Okay.
And so she volunteered. She volunteered her number, and I willingly accepted.
And you're not going to be slided on this conversation, because you're not going to side with him this whole interview. It's not happening.
I have to side with the truth, and I just saw that. I saw that you really wanted him to have your phone number.
That's right.
And I see that he played a Jedi mind trick, because he wanted it too, but you kind of just pushed it on him. I understand it. And
that's right. That's right.
It's okay. Because look what you have. You have this wonderful man.
You know it.
Us central charges have that effect.
Then y'all go with it. I knew it was going to creep in here. Northeast, east side, all day. Anyway, moving on.
Okay, First Lady, I have to ask you something. Okay. So what was it about him, about my pastor, that finally, kind of broke you down?
I was out of a relationship, and I was abused mentally, spiritually, emotionally, and physically. Hashtag me too. And I just didn't have trust for anybody. So because of the initial conversation that engaged me, I let him call me. We talked. And to know that I have trust issues, this man laid out every single thing about himself to me in one conversation. And that gave me so much respect for him, because I'm very analytical. I need information. Give me the chance to take all the information so I can make an informed decision for my life. Don't lie to me. That's why I was strict on friendship. But this man laid out every single thing about himself, where he was at that moment. And it made me want to know him even more. So that's what was the initial reason why I officially gave him a chance.
And Pastor, why you was chasing her so hard? What was it about it? You was.
Well, for one, to know that she was 19 years old, and just everything from her appearance to her, mannerism, her conversation, showed me that she wasn't the average 19-year-old. She couldn't figure out what I meant by that, but just looking at most, girls her age during that time, you could see what she had going on, and she was disciplined and adamant about her desires at that particular time. But I felt, because of some of the things that I had endured, which I had got into dating And when I started revealing certain pieces of information about my life, the girls would stop, you know, returning my telephone calls. They wouldn't answer my calls. They wouldn't return my text message. And, you know, and the piece of information was that I was a recovering drug addict. And so at that point, that was the most important thing in my life, that nothing came before my recovery. So when I revealed that information, you know, they started acting, you know, all brand new on me. And so I said, you know what? I'm going to fix this, because number one, dating is expensive. and it's time consuming. So I said, you know what? I'm going to fix this the next time. The next girl I meet, the very first conversation we have, I'm going to put it all on the table, save me some time, save her some time, and just get straight to the point. And so what I told her was, you know, and it's kind of crazy because, once again, this is our first telephone conversation.
Right.
And so I told her, I said, you know what? And I forgot exactly how it started, but this is some of the details. I said, if it's money you're looking for, you got the wrong one. I said, if you're going to help me buy my kids some shoes, I'll help you buy your kids some shoes. Because I'm not going to help you take care of your kid and neglect taking care of mine. Because that tells me a lot about you, and it also says a lot about me if I do that. You know, so then I kind of went down my priority list at that particular time, you know, and it started with God, my recovery, God. Without God, there's no recovery. Without my recovery, there's no God in my life. Then, because I neglected and abused myself for so many years, I had to come next on that list. Then it was my kids, it was my job. I was going to school at the time, and then ministry. Of course, I wasn't preaching at the time. So I think she fell somewhere like 6th or 7th if, you know, we was gonna go further into this. You know, mind you me, this is the first conversation.
Right.
So I thought it was important that she knew that I had some priorities and that my priorities was in order. Number two, I did not want her to meet the representative of Vernon King.
Absolutely.
I wanted her to meet me. So everything that I felt like I knew about myself at that time, I told her. You know, like, you know, my character defects and all of that, you know, even when it came down to, I told her I was very flirtatious, you know, a lot of times unintentionally. I told her, you know, I was struggling with lust issues and things of that nature. I think those are things that she needed to know.
Who does that? What man do you know does that? When they're trying to, you know, prospect a woman, which I laid out from the beginning, be friends. I don't want a relationship, but for him to let me know that I want to pursue you, but let me let you know who this me is, so you'll know whoever, you know, you really want to say yes or not.
But now, Al, let me slide this little piece of information in here, because I got finished. This is what she said, but this is what I heard. She said, "Oh, I just fell in love with your personality." I heard you just fell in love with me.
Like I said, I tried my best not to like. Oh.
But it broke you down.
He did.
I did that.
Okay, that's good. So
I did that.
Mind you, it was against what I said, because I was even going to the extent of I don't want a relationship. I don't want entanglement, but I do not want a relationship. I want you to be my friend. So he, of course, kept persistently bringing on the charm. So I had my best friend, Jocelyn Lucas. I love her to death. We formed a contract, a friendship contract, and made him sign it, saying that you can't look me in my eyes, don't be trying to hold my hand, don't be singing to me. We gonna stay in the friend zone. And yeah, I think we still got that thing, and he laminated it. Yeah, he violated all that. And then one day outside of his car,
his mat was so strong.
And I was like,
his mat was so strong that friendship contract just disappeared. That's what I'm hearing.
Well, see, she was trying to get me to stop being me so that she could not like me. And there's no way that I could stop being me so she couldn't like me.
I'd be glad you was
so therefore, I guess the contract was breached because I was consistently being me.
I believe that. It's obvious. It's obvious. Okay. Y'all not exactly the Brady Bunch because y'all didn't come up with 3-3 and break. Okay, but you do have a blended family.
Mm-hmm.
How easy or how hard was bringing all that together?
Like I told you on the phone, we don't have a proposal store because I was just very apprehensive of getting married, period. And he would roundabout the way I always ask someone, he'll say something about marriage and I will always change the subject. So he just came out one day and said, will you marry me? And I was like, no, I'm not ready. I'm not ready. But then he convinced me of it. And then he was going through his own thing, so he wasn't ready. So we was just, you know, back and forth with the whole marriage thing. When we finally got to the point of wanting to be together, married, one of the things that I struggled with was becoming a stepmother, included with being a first lady, because yes, I love Jesus. I am a Jesus chick. I do church all day, but the stipulation of what I thought a first lady was supposed to be, I wasn't ready for, and I really wasn't ready to be a stepmother. So it was very hard for me. And the first 5 years of our marriage, it really took a toll on the marriage because of the blend of it all. It really wasn't working too well. I developed resentment against him, simply because, not because of him, but because of the situation. I felt overwhelmed, like I bit off too much that I could chew, or I was losing myself. And this is why I hope people don't feel some type of way about this statement, but I understand Jada's plight. She decided entanglement, but that wasn't my case. But I understand the plight because you feel like you're unfulfilled, like it's not. I don't know how to express it. It was a hard situation for me, but I would say that it is important to have godly women around you to be the voice of reason, to be that shoulder you can cry on, to speak life into your marriage. Godly married women, let me say that, because without it, I may have been entrapped into entanglement. You never know. You can never say what you would and wouldn't do. But that was the whole purpose of us renewing our vows in the 10-year mark, because the 5-year mark, I was like, I can't do this. It was too hard. But God. I realized that it wasn't him and it wasn't a situation. It was me. I put a label on myself that I had to be a certain person. I had to not be me and be this, stepmother and this first lady and this model wife. And I lost sight of who I was. And when I, got that sight back, my joy came back. So I can't say my misery was because of the family or because of the external things. It was internally with me. I changed my perspective and my whole situation changed.
And she's exactly right. It wasn't easy at all. But when we met, I was 29 years old, starting my life over again. I was living with my dad. I didn't have a pot to piss in or a window to throw it out of. The only thing I had to show for the 29 years of my life was my 2 girls. That was it. And the fact that she saw potential in me, you know what I mean?
I love it.
But in the same token, I always felt like at some point, all of this was going to become too much for her. And she was going to. And so mentally, I was kind of somewhat preparing myself for that, so it wouldn't be such of a big blow to me, because I understood. She was young. She's still young. Young thing. But, it's not, people need to take that into consideration when they get ready to go into a marriage, that if you got outside children, these things have to be considered, They need to be talked about. You know what I mean? What is your relationship with your baby daddy, your baby mama? You know what I mean?
Right.
You have to take all of those things into consideration. But like you said, you know, having those godly people in our life, and I would like to even go so far as recommending that people have marriage mentors.
That's right.
I like that.
That's
Marriage mentor. People who have been married for years. I think there's a certain responsibility and obligation for them to reach out, and for the younger couples to reach out to them so that they can be poured into, you know, not for them to tell us what to do, none of that, but just to kind of share and encourage us, because we know that they've weathered some storms and stuff.
Yeah.
And they're still together, you know, because, you know, true love never fails. Our whole relationship has really been nothing but a faith walk.
And that's why that song that we sung is very significant, because I truly believe that I am the only somebody that could have done this with this man. Whatever God has put in me, the patience he put in me, the understanding he put in me, although what I went through almost broke me, it made me stronger. And our bond and our union is so much stronger because of it. We were able to weather the storm. But I know what God told me. God told me that I am assigned to Vernon King. And so I know that I was made for him, and that he was made for me.
Beautiful. Beautiful. Well, you know, you have an amazing wife. She really is. Lanita is she's the heartbeat around us. She's the queen of kumbaya. She's the voice of reasoning. So you chose good. I thank God for that. I thank God for the still small voice that told you that this was your wife. And I praise God that you had a heart to receive such a gift. That's all I can say, a gift. So we're at the wedding. You told me that you all went to the cross the first time, but it was still, hey, that's a vow. That's a covenant. It's legal. So, hey, it doesn't matter where it's that you did it. But then you did something special. And you, Lanita, said that at this renewal vow ceremony, something very special happened. Tell us about that unforgettable moment.
Okay, well, because we elected to get a house first, we decided not to have a wedding. Right. I've always said, at least at our 5 or 10 year mark, I want to have my dress and my ceremony and my friends and family, this and other. And I'm real big. I'm theatrical. Y'all know me and if you don't know me, I do plays. I do the most. You call me Queen Mostess. That's what you call me. And I wanted a show. Like, this is my day that I never got. I wanted a show. And I said, baby, you got to do something grand. He's like, I ain't with all that. That's you. You know that. So I went to planning, doing all kinds of stuff. It was going to be amazing. And I didn't expect anything from him because it's not him. That's all me. So we went to the ceremony. It was beautiful. And actually, that's where Royalty Love Creations Incorporated was born, because of our royal love. That's how it got started. When I planned my own wedding, I knew I could do any and everything. So the ceremony was beautiful, but at the reception, completely unbeknownst to me, this man and his groomsmen has came up with a whole routine. I sat me down at a chair and they serenaded me, and he sung, what's your song, baby?
Let's chill. Settle down.
Sing, Pastor.
I was done. I said, y'all can stop the rest of this stuff because we finna honeymoon now. Yeah, I was done. But that was my memorable. Oh, there she go with the fan.
That is beautiful. And Pastor, I'm telling you, she said that just gave her new life. And so how does it make you feel that meant so much to her? How does that make you feel hearing that?
Well, it feels good because that's, that was basically the highlight of our time together. And I was thinking about it, the other day, because just recently my grandmother just passed. Matter of fact, she died the day after my birthday. And it was kind of bittersweet moment because, you know, one, you know, I'm glad she's not suffering anymore. Whatnot. I know I was gonna miss her and everything, but sweet part was that she lived long enough to see God answer her prayer, which was to be able to see me to stand on my own 2 feet and become a man. And I am the only grandchild that she actually got a chance to see get married. And so that day, and just to know how she felt about Lanita, and knowing that she was exactly what God intended for me to have. She was what I needed. You know, we didn't even talking about what I wanted, but she was exactly what I needed, and my grandmother knew that. So for her to witness that, you know, the wedding, the reception, the whole 9 yards, that was just icing on the cake for me.
That's beautiful. Now, I asked you all some questions during the pre-interview, separated you out, and I'm just gonna, you know, who does most of the cooking in the marriage?
That's him.
I do.
That's an amicable
Yes.
agreement, right?
Yes, it is. Because of my workload, because I do so much. And this man is a bomb cooker. Like, I could cook, but they gonna want his cooking anyway. So I was like, go ahead, baby.
I'm King Chef Boy.
Oh, his chili dipsy. Anyway, but that's him.
Who is the primary disciplinarian of your children?
That's me.
That's me.
That's me.
That's me.
That's me.
And I was looking forward to this because I know she told me it was her. You said it was you. So who is it?
It's me.
It's me.
Mama don't play.
Well, okay, I put it to you this way. She's probably around them more than what I am, but let them tell it. I'm the one that's always doing the fussing and carrying on around the house.
Now you do fuss, but I discipline.
Okay,
there's a difference.
So what's the difference?
Okay, so I'm a logical person. I'm not finna yell my voice. That's too much energy for me. But you finna explain to me what just happened and what you need to do to make it right. And I enforce it. That's point blank. They don't fool with mama.
Well, I'm old school. I would still take off my belt and whoop something behind. But what has happened as of lately, you know, I don't whoop as much as I used to because the old saying is this gonna hurt me more than it's gonna hurt you. Somehow or another, I always end up being the one getting hurt. I be so the next day or something. I'm just trying to figure out how I get this nick on my hand or something, you know.
Public service announcements, we don't condone child abuse.
He didn't say abuse. He said he don't spell it.
Politically correct, honey. This
girl. Yeah, because they be trying to report us at the show, won't
right. Don't whoop nobody no more. Amen.
But now, this is the question. You know, it's 2 different answers on this. Who usually initiates sex in this marriage?
I do.
That ain't what Anita said.
Well, she been wrong half this interview.
I would say when I was not working so hard, I always just initiate because I'm young. It's there. Now that I'm working so much, he has to initiate. Like, hey, stop that. Come here. And I'm like, oh, okay, yeah, I need to come this way. But beforehand, it was all. I ain't gonna say it was always me. It was mostly me. So I'll say him now, but me then.
Has changed in 15 years.
Yeah. That's interesting. Okay. Pastor Vernon. Now, Lanita is close to perfect. Now, to us, the way we see it. And I know how you feel about it. Think to us, Lanita is, I'm telling you now, she's close to perfection. And we all acknowledge that. But what is your biggest pet peeve with her? Because I know you got one.
Man, what did I say the other day? Because I think I done changed.
I got more than one.
Yeah. I'm changing up. I'm changing up. The OCD. The OCD. It's nerve-wracking. Because I got a lot of folks. A lot of folks.
Hey, man, preach.
and her OCD work ethic is just
Can't turn it off.
It ain't that serious to me.
I can't turn it ain't to you.
And so I have to endure the pain and suffering of the perfection.
Pain and suffering.
Well, I don't
Well,
know.
she predicted that you would say that was your biggest pet peeve with her. Sister Lanita, what is your, I can't imagine what he would have in, but what is your biggest pet peeve with Pastor Burns?
He got plenty, but the biggest is that he don't know when not to play. He plays too much sometimes. Because when I am under OCD and I'm doing my thing, I'm here, I'm zoned, I can't deviate. It has to be done a certain way at a certain time, or either I can't stop until it's finished. And he want to play. Now, I do understand he feels a little neglected. I understand it, but it hurts my nerves. Like, let me do what I need to do, and then I will come play with you, I promise you. But he don't know how to turn that off. He plays too much.
Okay, let's do a little word play. I'm going to say a word. And I'll direct it to you all. So whoever I'm speaking to, you say the first word that comes to your mind. Okay, you ready? Start with you, Sister Lanita.
Okay.
Submission.
I'm okay with it. Oh, you said one word.
So much for that perfectionism.
Growth. I had to grow into submission because, like your mama, I love Loretta. Like your mama said, my opinion matters too, honey. I need to, but knowing the word of God, I am a Jesus chick, and I believe in the word of God, that He is the head, and I know that He will not lead me into a place where that's not good for me. I am headstrong. I am a perfectionist, but I had to realize that this is the man that God has put over me. I left my father and came to Him, therefore I have to submit. But He makes it easy for me, so I'm good.
Good. I know He does. Pastor, same word. Submission. One word.
Do it.
Those are two words. See, he ain't right. He got a direction. He says, do it.
Nike.
Anyway.
Lanita? Sex.
Do it. Oh, I'm sorry. Plenty. One word.
That's the same word.
Great.
Lanita, divorce.
Never.
That's the same word.
What?
Divorce.
What? What is that?
That's the answer. What?
What? What is that?
I like it. I love it, Pastor. I love Lanita. Infidelity.
Murder.
No, never. I like life.
We're gonna have to edit that.
What's the word, Pastor?
Said murder.
I heard it, and I love it.
All right.
One last word. Deal breaker.
Infidelity.
Pastor.
Death.
Same.
Death.
What's the word?
Death.
Okay.
The death do us part.
Oh.
All right, you get into an entanglement and think I'm still gonna be ill. Anyway.
Don't be talking about no entanglements.
All right, he's talking about okay.
Well, I thank y'all for coming on. Lita, this was so fun. It was so fun. Not to see you behind the camera, not trying to direct or do anything technical or graphic. It was fun to see you in your element with your passion,
chocolate minister man,
best
what I
friend,
call
your husband, your everything. And Pastor Vern, you know how we feel about you here at the show. We love you to death. we just thank you for allowing Anita to do the things that she does around Macon and Middle Georgia with the play scene. She's a jack of all trades. She's the cardboard queen now. You know, she can make anything out of cardboard. I think, you know, I wouldn't be surprised if I looked up and saw her make a whole baby or build a house from Legos. I just don't know.
Don't challenge me. You know,
Yeah, don't give her no ideas. Please, don't give her no ideas.
She can do anything. She really can. And we just love her. She's a blessing. But y'all are welcome here anytime. This is Lanita's show. You can come back if we'll let you come back. We're overruled.
See, because I'm technical and artistic director, I executive decision that this is 15 minutes. Enjoy, y'all. Vernon Keith King. Don't.
Pastor, this is your second home. You can come here. You can preach anytime. You can come talk about your business. You can do whatever. Because all your chocolate divas are your little sisters, big sisters. We support you.
Power to the people.
Mm-hmm. So, sister, ride or die.
There she go.
Because Pastor King and Lanita are both business owners, and they do a lot of different types of projects. And Pastor King is available to preach, rightly divide that word. He has other ministries going on. He has a business going on to help you get your finances straight and to tell you what you need to know at times like this. This is how you can get at our pastor here at the Absolute Air Show, Pastor Vernon King. This is how you can get at him.
Hey family, my name is Vernon K. King. I am the CEO and founder of WeU Development LLC, where we teach people leadership principles that transform lives. We don't exist without you. I'm also an independent affiliate of Carrot Bars International, where we teach people to save in gold and to get paid when they invite others to do the same. I'm also a part of Quicksilver, where I also pay myself first in silver as well. I'm also a part of a financial company by the name of MyEcon, where we teach people how to minimize their taxes, eliminate debt, as well as to increase your cash flow. You can reach me at all of my social media sites, Facebook at Vernon K. King. You can reach me through Instagram at REVVKKING, on Twitter at REVVKKING. If you just want to be a blessing on today, for something that we shared with you that has enriched your life, you can cash app me at $REVVKKING. We thank you once again. May God bless you.
Oh my God, her list is on and on. You might want to get her social media. So, this is how you can get in touch with Lanita Place King, Royalty Love Creation.
Hello, fam. This is Lanita Place King, aka Lady K, with the Royalty Love Creations Incorporated. If you would like to know anything about the company, please visit my website at www.LadyKRLCINC.com. You can go peruse, and if you see anything that you like, any services that you would like for Royalty Love Creations to serve you, then email me at ladykrlc@gmail.com. I also have a YouTube channel where this show will be streaming live every Friday at 10 p.m. Up under Royalty Love Creations Incorporated. I'm also on Facebook with my business page under Royalty Love Creations Incorporated, but you can at Lady KRLC. You connect with me on Facebook on my personal pages, one with Lanita Place King and the other is Royal Love. I am also on Instagram under @LadyK_RLCINC. I am also on Twitter, LadyKRLCINC. I'm on LinkedIn for all my business people, Lanita King. And you can call me. My phone number is there. Don't call with no craziness, but if you leave a message, I will return your call for service. And if you enjoyed anything that you've seen today or heard today from me or my hubby, feel free to cash out me
at Lady K RLC Inc., or you can use the PayPal that you see on the screen as well. My 3 hashtags that you see at the bottom are my signature hashtags where you can go and click to find anything related to RLC Inc. I want to do a shameless plug about the upcoming production when Rona say it's okay. I have 2 in the works. The first one is Family Secrets, which is my version of Alison Randall Barrow's book. And it's going to be phenomenal. The couple that you did see, they will be featured in that one. And then my second upcoming one is Eve. Ridiculous. But you all just stay tuned for that. Listen out for that. If we can't come together up on the Rona, we're going to find another way to make it happen. So thank you all for listening and being here. And thank you for, enjoying everything and viewing. We greatly appreciate you. Love you.
Ladies and gentlemen, one last time for Pastor Vernon King and First Lady Anita Place King. Thank y'all for stopping by. We love y'all.
Thank you.
I had a wonderful time with these great couples, and I'm sure you all did too. Let us know. Drop some comments before we sign off for today. I want to thank Jerry and Janice Habersham, Anthony and Alexis Golden, and our very own Miss Anita Place King and Pastor Vernon K. King for gracing us today. We learned so much. Oh, and about those surprise guests that just popped in on us, my parents, I thank them too. So next week, y'all, you got to come back because we got something great for you. We will be putting on a segment called Chocolate in the Classical Arts. We have a Black violinist, Jairus Tobler. We have an opera singer that is going to blow your mind, Jasmine Habersham Bailey. Miss Kristen Wynn, oh my gosh, she's the great actress, singer. Oh, she can do it all. You don't want to miss her. And we have a great contemporary dancer, Ayana Dubose. Y'all come on back, spread the word, and we'll see you next week on Absolutely Al. Bye now.
Time to party. Absolutely Al.
That Al is one foxy gal.
Absolutely Al. That's me. Absolutely Al. Absolutely Al.
She's a boss, and that ain't no floss, cause she's dripping with that spicy Al sauce. Wife, mother of a baby boy, and after 14 years, she's still the greatest.
That's
boy.
right,
Brilliant,
baby.
resilient, passionate, and savvy. Ooh, that Al is such a baddie. Singer-songwriter, political fighter, trendsetter, ain't nobody better.
She's smooth, she's cool, breaks all the rules.
Show to y'all.
Joyous, gorgeous.